Okay, it's another episode. It's another day. It's getting colder actually outside, and you're listening to the XYZ podcast. It's usually a bunch of older white men on a couch who think they have an opinion. But today, finally, and I am so proud of this fact. Oh wait, I guess it's me, Dean. I'm here with Christian Breaker.
Yup.
And good old Harry Fucks.
Yup.
And usually this is the testosterone level that exists on this podcast. But today I'd like to announce someone near and dear to my heart who out trumps all of us, and we look like women at this point because of his incredibly muscular features, gorgeous looks, and intelligence beyond the average man. Craig.
I was wondering who you're introducing.
Definitely not.
So
Harry.
do you have to wipe away the pre-cum, or is it okay, like the fluffing that Dean just did there?
Good wife's cousin, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, we family. So it's nice to kind of get some real personality on the podcast.
Wow,
friends.
that's big at us, Harry.
Finally.
It is, because I'm representing the Auslander game. Do you know what I'm saying?
Genau.
All three of you do.
I guess so, but like, I'm talking fresh off the boat.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm talking one of the slaves you can manipulate.
Yeah, what kind of boring questions can we ask you now? Hey, how's Zurich for you? Expensive?
Wow.
Don't even joke, dude.
Wait. Is the rand still a currency?
Come on, let's get into it. So, Craig, is this your very first podcast?
So I've been on sort of snippets of podcasts before, but
You mentioned Joe Rogan before, so we're glad to have you.
yeah. So he phoned me. He heard I was on the XYZ and phoned me and said, "Could we do me next?" He said it won't be as big, but
If you knew the irony in that joke of how little this podcast is worth.
The 5 people that listen to us still.
Yeah. I guess first things first, I want to get out there because it's the bit of the elephant in the room. The show got canceled. We were supposed to have a show today on this recording.
Yeah, man.
I blame Harry entirely for this problem.
Why'd you do that?
Because Harry's got too many other shows to give a fuck about our audience. Huh, Harry?
It's because our audience doesn't give a fuck about us.
No,
That's the problem.
I feel like we were away for a good show.
It was nice. The guys from the theater, I met them yesterday, and they were like, "Hey guys, don't stop doing what you're doing. I think we think you're funny."
With the two bartenders,
the two lesbians that run the bar go like, "You're funny. We also don't understand English, so that's fine."
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
I guess then Craig, a South African, sitting here on a couch in Europe with 2 older gentlemen. I guess, what are your first impressions even? Like, what's going through your mind right now? Because you look a bit shell-shocked.
yeah, I'm very nervous in front of people. So hopefully I can bumble my way through this. But
there's no people to worry about.
the 8 followers that are out there. Yeah, like
5. Don't 5.
I guess just
Nearly
remember
double.
We got 3 extra because Craig is here.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll get some family to watch. I think. I'm really excited about Switzerland, and I think Zurich's incredible. I mean, unglaublich teuer, but unbelievable in terms of a city. I think it's really cool. In terms of the XYZ podcast, I've heard some good things about it. I've heard some very interesting personalities come out of the XYZ podcast. So I'm excited to hear what comes out.
From whom did you hear good things?
Well, I only have one source.
Dean's mom.
And I'm living with him at the moment, so I can't really out my source. But I've heard you guys are doing some cool stuff, and I believe you guys are influential in the comedy scene in Zurich. So very excited to hear what you do today.
Influential is a big word. I think we if you can call that, when you have a pair of underwear that's quite light in color, and after, let's say 24 hours because you were hiking and you had a kebab, you have a bit of a shit stain in there. We are the shit stain of comedy, I think. That's what we are. We do leave a mark, but it's not necessarily
Everyone has their place.
And it's
More.
difficult to wash out as well.
To get rid of out of your mind.
Not many people see it, but it leaves scars. Yeah.
No jokes. I'm very appreciative, Craig, because when you come from where we come from, South Africa, Joburg, and you rock up here, you remind me of all like the first initial impressions and like just that general happy exploratory vibes of a first world.
Yeah.
You know, because at some point I lost a little bit of that, like I just accepted my privilege, you know, and kind of started complaining when a tram was late or whatever. And then you come here bright-eyed and, you know, excited about the world, and it makes me feel great, you know, like that when you helped the poor lady off the tram yesterday, that story you were telling me.
Yeah, man. It's
Wait, what happened? You talked to strangers?
You see what I'm saying?
I'm not massively friendly. I think I'm pretty friendly. I'm certainly more friendly than these Swiss people I've met, but I think everyone knows that. But I was on a plane from Frankfurt to Zurich, and I just kind of got on with my business and put my headphones in, and then my wife messaged me as we were just about to land, saying like, "Where are you? Why aren't you responding to me?" Something like that. And so I took a photo of like me landing. I said, "Hey, I'm landing. Can you give me like 2 minutes and I'll respond to you?" So the very, very exceptionally, you know, lovely lady next to me looked at me like bewildered as I took this photo because I was in the middle seat. Said to me, "Do you know this place?" And I was like, actually, no, not really. But, you know, I've been here before. Like, what do you need? So she said, yeah, it's my first time out of Dubai.
Wow.
It's my first time out of the country. I said, okay. So this is a true story. Where are you going? She said, I'm going to Gave Dean's address. Gave Dean's very city. And I said, nah, are you sure? She said, yeah, that's where I'm going. So I said, so am I. So you could see her, she was like, human trafficker, guaranteed human trafficker, like this guy. I said, you can come with me if you want. She's like, first time out of Dubai, human trafficked. So anyway, I was like, this is...
Well, she probably already was human trafficked in Dubai.
So I said,
Happening again.
and she was such a lovely lady. So I said, look, you know, it's a tram. I mean, you'll be above ground, just follow me. Like I'll literally take you to where you need to go. So
it has a lot of bright lights and cameras.
No, so she's like, she got out, she was like just looking at her phone like bewildered. So I said, hey, I've got a Swiss number. You can tether off my phone. So I gave her like Wi-Fi off my phone. She got a hold of her husband, told him he was safe, and like she was looking at me like this is too good to be true. So we had a good chat. Jump on the tram, dropped her literally off literally just outside a hotel, and then walk back. And then I was like, okay, cheers. And then she looked at me like waiting for like what you know what
How much
was
is
the
that
cash?
going to cost me?
Yeah, what was the cash, man? So I said, like, good luck. I hope you have a great time. So she's just like, oh, okay, thank you. Just went to a hotel, and I walked back to Dean's place. So, and I was like, you know, that's quite typically South African, man.
But she will never forget you. She will never forget. She will be talking to her friends how much that guides don't cost in Zurich at all.
Yeah, dodgy Greek guy.
You find them on airplanes sitting next to you.
But I mean, what are the chances? Like, there's 200 passengers, and she's going to Dean City. I mean, that's crazy.
That's incredible.
Got off at exactly the same stop as me.
Wait,
But it is fucked up how like what you just described. Like she's thinking you're a human trafficker. Like this is a shit. I mean, this is a shit we have to like to try and actually be nice to people nowadays.
Exactly.
yeah, because there's too many dickheads that fucked it up for us. Like if you're a nice guy, it just doesn't pay the bills anymore.
I should mention at this point is that I did order this lady off the internet. Craig.
Mate, that's the biggest prank. Ashton Kutcher would be proud of you right now.
By the time this comes out, it doesn't matter anymore. But did she stay at the hotel that goes by the name of Harry's Place?
No. So she actually was just down the road, just past the VW.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
You know that around Dean's house, there is a hotel.
The Harry's
Then
Hotel.
it's
Yeah.
called Harry's Place.
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't even know this. How did I miss this?
You never missed it, Harry. We spoke about it thrice,
Okay.
but you were always too drunk.
Okay, fair enough. I'm working on that today.
No, you're not.
Yes,
Oh,
I
you're
fucking
working on
am.
getting more drunk. Yeah, sure.
Yes.
The amount
Fair
of
enough.
people that have been trapped in Harry's place. You know.
So I have a question for you because I think Dean alluded to this. Like you are a manly man compared to us fucking wusses here from Zurich. So-
Can I just comment? The legs seem a bit shaved. Do you shave the legs?
Fuck me.
Yeah, I cycled here.
Okay. Do you
I'm
cycle?
joking. I came on the S12, but I don't know why they just never grew much hair. Yeah, I'm sorry. Should have worn long pants. Should have worn long pants to a podcast.
All
First
right.
time I've ever said that in my life.
Don't worry. The camera is literally on your balls right
Definitely
now.
the last time I said that as well.
Your balls are going out on the internet right now.
So get this. I have a bunch of friends. We go on a boys trip every year. It's kind of a thing. It has been for nearly a decade now. Like we would just find a city around Europe. We fly there. We have a weekend there. We go and see the sights, which is an absolute lie. We go there and sink the piss. That's pretty much what it is. So this has been going on again, like for nearly 10 years, but as we are growing older, the difficulties of organizing this trip has become much more complicated. So I'll give you a bit of a background there. There is a WhatsApp group of all the people that have once at least come to one of those trips. It's about 25 guys. So like your average class in school, say. There is a hardcore part of this group, like let's say half a dozen. They would go to most of those trips. The rest of them are kind of like satellites, like they pop up every other year maybe and come along. But we would always have had like a group of between 10 and 15 guys traveling together. It was great fun. It's most of those guys have cranked out babies by now, or their wives have cranked out babies by now. So it's also a way to escape the reality of having a family. Now, this year, this has become incredibly complicated. So first off, there was an intention to go to Tel Aviv. Now, I must say at this point that the majority of the people on this group are German. So they were like,
Interesting.
yeah, drunk Germans in Tel Aviv. Nah, let's not do this. There was kind of a little bit of hesitation there to even book that flight. We decided to go to Switzerland instead because, again, most of those people are German. They don't go to Switzerland to spend money because expensive. And I'm from Bern, so we decided like let's go to Chris's hometown. That might be a good idea. So as we are progressing through the year and we are coming closer to the point where that event might actually happen, more and more people are dropping off for the most random reasons, like family, mostly family there, this, that, and the other. In the end, we're ending up with 4 out of 25. There's 4 people that are going on this trip. Lo and behold, this is not the end of it. So one guy drops out because he falls ill. And I'm getting this, let's not say infuriated, but kind of like exasperated phone call from one of the ringleaders in this group and goes like, where the fuck have we left our balls? What the fuck happened? Now that everyone is above like 35, it's just kind of like cool not to do these things anymore. Why can't we just go places and get shit faced? It's like, are you answering your own questions right then and there? It's like,
Yeah.
what is your take on this?
Some people gonna grow up at some point.
Do they though? Because
no, I don't know, man.
I wonder if it is like, do we have to grow up? Is that a thing?
I guess isn't it like more like your values change within your life? You know, maybe getting shit faced and burn isn't exactly the coolest adventure I've heard of in a while. I'd probably be the first to jump off of that train.
Fair enough.
That being said, though, it's nice getting that perspective again from Africa, where a couple of years back I would have jumped on any train.
If there was a train.
If there was a train, unless it's Africa, then you jump on top of the train and ride it to the next adventure. It's hard to keep a young spirit I mean, look at Harry, for example.
Fuck yeah. I'm going to flip this that you're like
I
pussy.
said you have a young spirit.
Oh, okay. I thought you were.
Now it's fine.
Okay, all right. I'll chill out again.
You do things
right.
an elder man wouldn't or shouldn't be doing.
We'll get to Craig's say. It's true because I've been through the whole thing. Like what you described, I can actually feel that fear that makes men go, "Oh, I don't really want to go," because it's pure comfort zone, and you're in that comfort zone. You like your life, but also you're heading for a train smash.
There is no identity anymore. That's what I feel. It's like everyone has been. Just like everyone around them has grabbed so much energy from them that they don't even have time for themselves anymore. That's kind of what I feel.
Yeah, but also it's making time for yourself and just saying, you at some point in if you want to have it will be good for your marriage if sometimes you tell your wife and kids, fuck all of you, I'm doing this. You go figure your own shit out. And it's actually healthy in many ways because then people are like, oh, we actually have to deal with a weekend without him. And also you feel great. And then at the end of the weekend, you're like, thank fuck I get to go home now. Your wife actually wants to have sex with you for once because she didn't see you all weekend. There's so much to it. But the problem is
that might happen 2 days later after the hangover subsides.
Yeah, but the problem is like, I don't know. So what we do as guys, we like comfort zones, and then we just get stuck in them.
I think Craig's the only one who's actually married.
Yeah, like I think that's a good point. I don't know who was married, who wasn't, but I have this kind of like life philosophy is. If you don't build your own life, someone will build yours for you, right? And
I like that.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going on the trip. I go on 2 golf trips a year. I've decided to build my own decisions. We decided not to have kids, and we're like, we're gonna do whatever we want, right? And some people have said, oh, that's very selfish. I said, well, I think it's more selfish to have kids when you didn't want to. Or be forced into something you didn't want to do, and you've made a good point. Is that everyone's drawing the energy from those people and telling them what to do and moving them around as pawns. Yeah, and I'm like, please, I hope this doesn't sound bad. I'm like, no, I'm not going to be anyone's pawn. I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. I'm going to die soon, and I want to enjoy life as it is. And if I want to go on the trip, I'm the guy on the trip, right? Like I'm the guy who's like in paid.
100%. You're the guy that giving me that phone call, I reckon. Where you're like, what the fuck happened to everyone else?
100%, man.
I would say to the person that says that's selfish is like, well, look, we don't hit them anymore, so there's at least this that we get to do. Like. You don't get it. That was a joke, by the way. But the point is, as guys, we've worked on ourselves. But there's a point where you got to be a guy and not be fucking.
So what's baffling is every time we would go to the trip, and on the way home, there is all these moments of like, well, not necessarily clarity, but everyone goes like, that was necessary.
Introspection.
And it was good for me to do this.
Yes.
And then for a couple of weeks, there would be messages exchanged. You go like, hey, that was actually really good. Like not in terms of getting hammered or whatever, but in terms of like actually just having time to talk to each other. And having time to have conversations that otherwise in a night out might not even happen, like because you spend a little bit more time together, it just gives you so much more platform to maybe share for once, which is something that most guys struggle with anyway.
Yeah, but I think and there's also just, this sounds ridiculous, but it's also just it's just like the increased testosterone level, like like when you're around kids and wife the whole time, it kind of makes you soft. And to be reminded, and you get with your buddies, everyone's in the same situation, but then that kind of urge from when you were 20 years ago starts coming up. And then you're like, fuck, we were the shit. And you get a bit of that energy going.
There is a little bit of that. That's
isn't it more like as guys who are or struggle to kind of connect on a real level and remove the ego first, start to spend time with other people that are like going through the same issues they are, and finally you can be like, oh, your life is related to this issue I have, what do you think of this? And it's kind of like replaces the brunch ladies have, where they get all their therapy in one afternoon. you have to take a whole week of getting shit-faced in Germany to actually talk about your feelings for the first time.
Yeah, let me give you some context. I'm married to Dean's cousin, right? So that's how Dean and I know each other. And so Dean's cousin is, I don't know, 6 foot blonde Swiss lady who, like, I'd been pursuing for some time, right? And she's
well
like,
done.
yeah. I mean, I worked very hard, to get to this point in my life.
I was waiting for you. Just going, I'm punching above my weight. No, fuck that. I worked really hard for this.
No, so like that's such a lovely example, right? Is that I am punching way above my weight, right? Like as in way. But I tell her she's lucky to be with me.
Yes.
Okay.
Fucking finally we got some masculinity on this podcast.
Yeah, because I'm like, you should be thanking your lucky stars daily that I answered your text. Never mind. Meanwhile, it was me who did all the work. However, the point is that the attitude still remains. Is that I believe you should know your worth as a man, and is that we have a role to play, and it is always going to be the conqueror, the provider, the protector, and women just as important. I mean, I'm not downplaying my wife's role. It's incredible, but my wife, personal opinion, if I didn't have a set of balls, let's use the metaphor. If I didn't have a set of balls, if I wasn't a man, if I didn't flippin' stand up to injustice, if I didn't like have a voice and man up when I needed to man up, I don't think she'd be as attracted to me as
absolutely
she
not.
is.
Yeah.
And she will tell me, she'll be like, you need to go on this golf tour. You're acting like a bit of a bitch lately. She's like, you better get out there with the boys and have a beer and go and play golf.
That. Yeah,
It's a healthy
and
relation.
I can appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Like because she sees it.
And you have kids too? Or?
No kids, yeah. But she's like super successful, independent woman, doesn't like get told by people what to do. But she understands that like just as much as she needs X, that I need Y, and it's actually what makes the relationship healthy.
I find that interesting. So it feels to me that some guys, because the comfort zone here that you mentioned, Harry, kicks in really hard when you get into your 40s, right? Or maybe it's not even an age thing, but
no, I think
do you reckon that guys are putting the partner in front of their own decision making, where they go like, no, I have to stay home because, but they didn't even ask that question. Your wife, Craig, basically said it out loud. It's like, no, fuck off. Otherwise, I don't like you anymore. The way that I used to like you.
She's like, you need to. It's not even a scratch that itch thing, because I'm quite a conservative guy. I don't drink too much. Never smoked. Don't go to strip clubs. Never done any of that kind of thing. However, there is this like gathering of the clans thing that men need to do. That like we bump chests, we arm wrestle, we do dumb stuff, and it's what makes us who we are, right? And it's like I feel that if you don't get that off your chest, and I'm not talking about every single guy, right? There's certain people that just doesn't suit them. But I'm saying the majority of men need to like sometimes just step up, man up, and do whatever they want to do, and not be this cowering, like fearful the guy in their own home who is scared to like do anything. I can't go on Christian's blooming tour because I'm actually too scared of my wife. I don't think that's healthy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We also got to point out the glaringly obvious difference between you, Craig, and people that live here is that coming from South Africa, both of you know how to knife fight if need be.
Both
you guys
of
you
who?
and my cousin.
Yeah. Like I mean, I don't want to.
So that escalates.
I don't want to like go like we can. I'm happy to take this on another turn, but like I've trained in martial arts. I've trained with knives and I've trained with guns. I'm like, it is what it is.
And this is before breakfast, Harry.
Yeah, that's normally before I have a croissant.
Now wait a second here. So there's some fact. So I'm currently nursing a neck injury caused by a Jiu Jitsu accident that happened at 7 a.m. in the morning.
What does that mean, Harry?
How long ago was that?
That's 2 days ago.
Wow.
What
was the position?
Some girl just chokeholded.
I've just started like this fourth lesson. I'm like, I used to climb a lot, and I haven't done a lot of sport in a while.
Cool.
And I'm like,
Oh
fuck,
wait,
need
I
to do
thought you got beaten in the street, and now
No,
you.
I'm going to Jiu Jitsu classes.
Very cool. Where are they? In Zurich?
Yeah, there's a really cool gym that's open. It's called the House of Gentle Arts. Shout out to them there. And they're just down the road from me. It's actually really cool. Like, they're much more... A lot of those gyms tend to be like, everyone's trying to be Joe
Turbo
Rogan
bro-y.
type, but this is much more chill there. And and it was all going good, but there was one guy...
What is it? Rear naked?
What?
Rear naked choke or what? What was it?
No, it was just like some... Fuck, I don't even know the terms yet. The sparring, like
Where was the person when they hurt you?
they were underneath me, and then they
in a
flipped.
different room.
They
They
flipped.
were in another room.
They-
Harry was trying to.
They flipped me over.
Yeah, they swept you.
I landed on my we're both on the mat already, but they flipped me over. I landed on my head with my whole body
it's a
above
sweep,
it.
yeah.
Oh shit!
So and there was this crunch,
Yeah.
and then I'm like,
are you a little bit smaller now? Like,
I might be, yes, but
So,
But it was- yeah.
great story, right? Martial arts.
yeah, we're getting
We have- we have a- we have a-
fucking hell. This is
We have a martial arts gym. We have a boxing and jiu-jitsu gym.
really.
Yeah, I've trained jiu-jitsu every single day for 8 years.
do you call that the streets?
Yeah, so
God damn.
Yeah, the
Is
gym.
this is your gym or
yeah, myself and a partner. My partner is a world champion in MMA. A guy by the name of Boyd Allen. Boyd, if you watching, he is the biggest legend you've ever met. And he is probably the most gentle, humble guy you'll probably ever meet. And happy to say his name because he wouldn't have a problem with it. And he is currently, as we speak now, I spoke to him earlier. He is in Dubai with another friend of ours who is fighting in a one championship fight, I think. So Boyd's coaching him. And yeah, man, we've been training together every day for about 8 years. And
Wow, shit.
yeah, he's an exceptionally good boxer. So African champ boxer, world champion MMA fighter, and very, very accomplished jiu-jitsu guy. So
God
that's
damn.
cool story. So we're talking about neck injuries, hand injuries, my ears are stuffed. My big nose is actually just because I'm Greek, so nothing to do with jiu-jitsu. But yeah, so that's my passion, man.
So I mean, for me, the thing is this is like apropos comfort zones. So actually, I was weirdly listening to Mark Zuckerberg on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah, that
Mark
is weird.
Zuckerberg's
Seeing what he's been doing, yeah.
He's doing MMA now, and
Yeah, and
the
he's doing
thing-
quite well.
He's which is so fucked up.
Is that why Rogan invited him in the first place?
No, I think that just came up by like you could hear on that podcast. Rogan wasn't expecting it at all, but what got me was Mark Zuckerberg saying like when you do this, you can't think about anything else. Like for me, running and swimming
Yeah.
it's too easy for me to get into. I don't know, like thinking about shit I got to do.
Yeah, agreed.
or being like
Have you ever
annoyed. About,
surfed?
no,
Yeah, surfing's the same as jiu-jitsu. Like as soon as
Okay.
you're out, you can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
You just think of surfing.
I agree with
It's
that.
like the water, the air, the amazing quality of the air on the sea. It's incredible, and it's only two things I've ever done in my life where you don't think about anything else. Well, I mean, jiu-jitsu, you just think of not dying, or not being smashed
Well,
by some
same
65-kilo girl,
Having
So-
said that, I had very similar thoughts when I was in the ocean surfing because I'm from a mountain country, so I didn't know that waves actually just do with you whatever the fuck they want. So,
Where were you surfing?
I was a very pretentious white boy going to Byron Bay, Australia.
Oh wow!
And then I took a 10-day course of trying to actually get
could
up
you
on the
actually
surfboard.
stand up?
Yeah. And I told you the story, Harry. It's when the fucking dolphin kicked me off a board.
What?
The stupid
Do you think
bitch.
he did it on purpose?
Yep. You're done. Well done.
Thank you,
Fucking
guys. I've been Craig Tuntus. I'm out.
Fucking hell, Greg. Can we get you every episode? We finally got a podcast here. It's taken us 2 years. We got MMA. We got actual jokes.
No, I totally think he did it on purpose because he, her, whoever, I don't know what their genitalia were, but so I just got, I think it was the second wave that I could stand, and I still had that beginner's board, the really long one, the foamy
Longboard,
shit.
yeah.
Then there was a bunch of dolphins hanging out with us. when we were out and about, and the guy, his name is Gaza. He was showing us the tropes and how to do the surfing shit.
How to not get raped by
Yeah,
dolphins.
he basically said, it's cool that the dolphins are here, so that means that the sharks aren't. So I was like, oh yeah, that's convincing. I'm catching that like second wave, just getting up on the board, and the dolphin just like literally jumps up in front of me, and then with his tail just kicks me in the neck of my knees, just whoosh. Fuck you, bitch, you don't know how to do this.
That's probably what they do. They just hang around there waiting for
it's
newbies.
just waiting for beginners. I bet they were talking to each other afterwards, like, well done, Larry. You fucking
You gotta
cunt.
do it in a dolphin accent. My favorite surfing joke ever is that like only man has an ego giant enough to look at the beauty and power of the ocean and go, I want to stand on that.
Yeah, man.
I know some women too that do that though.
But you got up, you surfed, you did the whole thing.
Yeah, man, it was awesome.
That's cool.
I'm not a good surfer.
No,
by any shape or form. I got up on a bunch of waves. I had a lot of fun, and I want to do it again. But right now I'm a fat boy, so this is going to be difficult to get up on the board.
Yeah, there's this big thing coming in and around. Going back to the man. I mean, not that we're going into like rah toxic men, whatever we called nowadays because we're men. But there's this big thing about men getting back into training.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to name the usual suspects, guys like David Goggins, guys like Jocko Willink. Yeah. And there's this thing about men being men, getting up early, training, looking after your family, looking after yourself, looking after your health, looking after your mental health. And I really hope that gains some traction, man.
Did you read Jocko's book?
Me too.
I'm going to do a name drop thing now. And I was told never to name drop. Tiger Woods and Nelson Mandela taught me that. They said, whatever you do, never name drop. So, but I was lucky enough to meet and train with Jocko in
Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
in South Africa. He was in South Africa. Him and Leif Babin.
Yeah.
They were in South Africa, and we were lucky enough to train with them for Jiu Jitsu. And
Dude.
they're an incredibly humble, and they're a class act. And I'll tell you why. When they got back to the States, they sent the guys, I think it was 4 of us who trained with them, they sent us all a knife, Super Commander Emerson, with our names engraved on it.
Fucking
Wow.
With a letter, handwritten letter saying, thanks for training with us, appreciate you having us. I'm like, you're talking about like studs, like you're talking about titans, right? Like that are so humble that they'd send like a random like 40-year-old guy from Joburg a knife to say thank you. I mean, that's like it will forever be etched in my mind as just what class acts they really are, and incredibly capable humans. We actually went away with them for a weekend away to like a rhino park in Joburg, like a game park, and you can't believe what incredible humble humans are. And let me tell you guys, this is the last 2 guys you want to mess with. They'll fold you up like an old duvet.
100%.
You'll have a real problem, man.
Wait. I'm discovering one thing. First of all, that Christian knows who Jocko Willink. This is like he's. Do you know what he's acting like? Yeah, of course I know Jocko. I can't fucking believe this bullshit going on over there right now. Like after years of Joe Rogan's a cunt and anything like Joe Rogan's a cunt. I listen to Jocko Willink quite a lot. I really like his podcast.
Yeah, you're probably.
I also like when he.
Why am I being blamed here? Please get to the point.
Because the double standards there.
There's no double standard there. There's no double standard there. I think Jocko Willink is an incredible leader, and the book that he wrote with Leif,
Extreme Ownership,
actually tells something. It's so what he does for people that have never read the book. It's about he takes lessons from his tour in Iraq or multiple tours in Iraq and applies it to daily life and also mostly to leadership.
Yeah.
So when whatever situation you're in, at work, at home, blah blah blah, it's about owning your position. And I think I was in the army. I did serve in the Swiss Army, which is Boy Scouts with guns. But regardless of that, I have never spoken to leaders on the level that he would describe that particular process. There was a few leaders even in the Swiss Army that knew what they were doing and how to lead people and how to take ownership. And this is something that I've missed specifically in the financial industry. It is endemic that people don't take ownership for their decisions, but rather offset them. This is where hedging comes from. So to me, it was a very important lesson to learn that there is a concept around that to actually stand accountable for the decisions that you are making. And the way that Jocko describes it is also very deliberate on what kind of risks he would take, because he's not a maverick.
He's not a
cowboy. No.
Agreed.
He's very calculated.
Agreed.
And this fits with I will end this tangent in a second, but this fits with my little brother. So my little brother is in the paratroopers regiment in Switzerland, and they are perceived as cowboys. They are perceived as mavericks. They're not. They're very calculated in the risks that they are taking, because they know falling out of a fucking airplane is a risk enough. So you need to know what the wind is going to do at every moment in order to make the right decision. So to me, it's all about planning, and Jocko is very much about planning shit and then adapting to the situation that you're thrown at. So yes, I don't trust guys that are all blah blah. I don't think that Jocko is blah blah. I think he knows what he's talking about.
No, if he pulls the trigger, he's thought about it
multiple times.
Yeah. The other guy is David Goggins. If you've read his book,
I have not. No,
Goggins is incredible, man.
But this is like, wow, you know the concept of your Bacon number, like Kevin Bacon, like how many steps you're removed from people.
Yeah,
I love the fact that I'm now one step away from Jocko. that actually is pretty great.
I mean it's a great story, guys. But I mean, if Jocko was ever to watch this, he'd be like, I randomly remember smashing that guy in South Africa once. Yeah.
You did some like Jiu Jitsu with him.
Yeah. So he's a black belt. He's a very accomplished black belt. He trains with a guy called Dean Lister.
Leif is 2 though, right?
Leif is a blue belt. He's probably a purple belt now. He was a blue when he was with us. But I mean,
and are you a black belt yourself?
No. I'm a purple belt actually, but our coach is fairly strict in that I've been a purple belt for 4 years. So
okay,
So there's a cool martial arts story, right? And Dean and I were laughing about this before. So I train 5-6 times a week, and you get smashed by guys 80, 100, 120 kilos. You get your ears get bruised up, your neck is sore. I don't have to tell you that story. Yeah, everything's always sore, right? That's the game. So then you'll go to a bra, and you're like, my position, you're training every day for 8 years, and you'll go to a bra, and then some lady will be like, Ethel, let's call her Ethel. She sounds like a pain in the ass. Ethel will
she's
be
also 134 years old.
Yeah, and she also knows everything, and she'll be like, oh, you do jiu-jitsu? Oh, that's cute. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, my son is a black belt in karate. And I'm like,
oh,
great. How long has he been training? No, 2 years. And I'm like, no, with all due respect. And he's like 12. And I'm like, with all due respect, your son knows nothing. And I've got like 4 girls in my gym who are 60 to 65 kilos who will smash your son for breakfast. And so just let him keep his black belt in his room and don't tell anyone about it. I was like, there are certain levels to things, right? You learned it the hard way, and we've all got that story about being hurt. But like this whole thing about these martial arts gyms where people like harness the power of their chi to like beat you up.
Fuck
whatever.
that shit.
I'll be like, guys,
pure bullshit.
You're going to hurt someone, and you're going to hurt your students. You're going to hurt yourself, because I've never ever in my whole life seen anyone who's harnessed the power of the chi to do whatever they want. And if you got into a fight in a bar, right? And then the guy was like, right, we're going to fight now. And you're like, hold on, just give me 25 minutes to harness the power of my chi. You're dead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I mean, to me, what's interesting, so I used to do something called Savat, like French kickboxing. It's
sure, it's great.
And then, and it's been a long time since I've done any martial arts.
It's basically the cornerstone of the banlieue.
Yeah, but what I've realized is like this... And like what I've accepted, no, I'm not going to get derailed by you, Christian. But what I'm starting to accept, like from even 4 lessons before I smack my neck as well, is that this is a new relationship with my body where I'm just like, yep, you're gonna be fucked most of the time.
Yeah.
But also I'm almost 50 and fuck it. And it's an intro. Can I go off on a small tangent and also explain the Jim Beam here very quickly?
Go on.
So let me just quickly.
Have you any more beers?
You can have some Jim Beam.
You can have some whiskey.
I don't know if I can have some Jim Beam. It looks quite wild.
It's fucking awful. Do you want to?
No,
swig from
we'll
the
have
bottle?
some. No, we'll have some. I'll bring some glasses.
It's an awful.
We've got no more beers.
It's a really shitty.
Why are we drinking? I mean, I don't know if I could have any, but why are we drinking Jim Beam out of the bottle?
I'm gonna.
I mean,
I'll tell the story in a
Okay,
second
gotcha.
because. All right, so I'm drinking because I'm.
Wait.
All right. I'm drinking because I'm kind of saying goodbye to someone. I might have reached
The Queen.
the peak.
Harry is saying
the
goodbye
Queen.
to the Queen.
It kind of is the Queen, but it's a different Queen.
Oh, sure.
And I'm going to blur a lot of details because I want to protect this person from whatever.
From sleeping
But for
with
me
you.
personally, my comedy name is Harry Fucks because I've got a German surname, looks almost the same as Fucks. So I play up to being Harry Fucks. I think I hit the peak Harry Fucks in my life and it's all downhill from here because I met the most despicable woman I think I've ever met in my life. Like, you know, the whole thing of never stick your dick in crazy. I got 2 kids. I've done the long-term relationship stuff and like I'm at a level of like, fuck it. It's similar to the Jiu Jitsu. I'm like, fuck my body. I'm not going to be stupid, but I'm going to have the experience.
I'm going to live, yeah.
So I lived with and she doesn't even, for me, like there was something there for her, like who this person is, she doesn't even, it's like, yeah, whatever. It wasn't really even a thing. So, but still, it's just like, fuck! It's like to give up. And I had to stop it because it was fucking me up. It was messing with my head too much. And that's a hard, like when your dick is getting exactly what it wants and more, and to actually take a decision like, no, this has got to stop is very fucking painful. So
now you're resolving to the other very manly trait of being an alcoholic that drinks shit whiskey.
For now, I'm getting
Fair enough.
I love the way you're owning it, man.
Yeah, and I went into it, and you know, it's just like and I'm reflecting on my patterns of choosing emotionally unavailable women and all this kind of stuff. But also, there's a level of like, you know, I knew from day one this was never going anywhere. And
So basically, I mean, this is an end of a chapter, end of a relationship, and you kind of are celebrating the fact that you've got loose of this.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm still
man.
working
Good job.
through it. Yeah.
Can you celebrate the fact that you had it?
I would love to tell the stories but it's not fair to this person, so I'm not going to do it. But
No.
one day, possibly she's going to be dead soon at the rate she's going. So
Fucking hell.
I just need to make sure I know when she's dead, and then I can tell.
So now you have to keep taps on her to see when
Goodbye to the ex-queen of Harry's heart.
Yeah,
I think it's more
the
Harry's
queen,
dickhead.
Yeah. No,
See,
I mean-
we're in a dangerous place now because I've learned this lesson. You never say anything bad at this point in time, because in like 3 weeks' time, I'm back here. And then you guys asked me to be on the podcast again, but then Harry's just proposed to this girl, and then we've all slandered the hell out of her, and now she's here, and we're so I'm saying nothing. And if you guys ever get back together, good luck.
Let's call her Ethel.
Yeah,
Ethel,
your son does karate, and everyone's laughing at you.
So nice. I like it, Ethel. We got a cat attacking our camera right now.
That's so great.
Shaking shit up.
That is fantastic.
It's,
Also, nothing ever said on a podcast ever.
Yeah.
But, you know, but I mean, if I put it in like more abstract terms, like you know,
Yeah, please do.
if you ever got to a point in your life where, or you met someone who gave you everything, all awful shit you want to do as a guy, and they were up for that, and they wanted more, and then you got it all out of your system. Have you ever been in that situation?
Yeah, it's called your 20s.
Yes, continue.
Okay.
No, because in your 20s, nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. Like, I think it's the earliest you could get there is maybe in your 30s. That's my guess. But it's really like,
Go on.
I don't know what I've.
What's your point to all
The
of this?
gym beam killed my point. I had a point at the beginning of that. It's fucking hard, man. Like,
I'm so
No,
sorry.
you're just
Harry.
okay.
like the animal in me wants to just go fuck.
You've done that 3 times now.
Unfortunately, yeah, and I haven't done it enough. But unfortunately, I'm not enough of a psycho to not have feelings about people. And
Sure.
No, I'm glad. I'm glad that you have the right feelings for yourself, though, because there is the one reason why you stopped that relationship too is because you yourself would have gotten hurt in the long run, right?
it was getting there already. But because I reached a point where like it's just harmful to mental health. Like I'm blurring a lot of details, but it's I mean the simple version is when, from my perspective, when you see someone that you care about on a train crash, like just a non-stop train crash, and their bullshit is so good, you cannot penetrate this thing. You cannot get. I mean, you literally.
Well, you literally did multiple times.
Literally, but like to get to like, hey, have you thought about this possible option, which is somewhat less destructive for your life, and that could, and to say like, hey, you can live a happier, better, healthy, whatever, all this kind of stuff life, and they will come back and say that's all bullshit. Who gives a fuck?
Okay, so let's tie that back to the whole ownership thing. So, are you now taking responsibility for yourself first and foremost, or did you feel like you had responsibility over that other person too, or do you still think that you do?
No, I don't think that I do. I mean, in the way, like I take full responsibility for it. I went into open eyes with big respect to this person. They told me exactly who they were. They didn't bullshit me. That was actually, which also makes it in a way even harder, because it's just like you don't meet many people like this.
No.
And yeah, so I knew from day one what I was getting into. I knew I was going to get to here. I think I might have even told you, I said, I'm getting fucking hurt in this situation.
Oh yeah.
But I'm going to enjoy the ride. And yeah.
Rides.
Yeah. And yeah, and you can't, I mean, in the end, you can't help anyone anyway. You can in a way, but you can't.
They've got to want to as well.
They have to, have to make the decision to be helped.
Yeah, and the whole nature of help is a weird thing anyway. Like if you're a helper, you're in that thing of like, when you help someone, you get ego out of that as well. So it's a very nuanced thing to help anyone.
Say hi to Mother Teresa.
Yeah,
fucking witch.
Who's up there with the Queen and Diana, or down?
She should rot in hell, that fucking cunt. So
anyway,
Tell us how you really feel, Christian.
I'll shut up now. Cheers to that person.
Well done, man. We live and we learn.
Glad you got that out there and made us.
I'm actually glad that you. Sorry for interrupting you, Dean.
No, it's okay. I was getting lost on the thought of where the Queen is actually landed up, depending on if you believe heaven or hell.
Well, I know some places in Africa that wish her in hell, but
or British Columbia.
Or British.
let's let that one lie, I think. I don't feel like being offed by the same people who got rid of Epstein et al.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He didn't
Actually,
kill
I'm not sorry. Screw all of you.
Fuck.
Yeah, screw all of you.
There was a great meme when Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were in front of the same chalet as the Queen was sitting on. Did you see this?
No.
Oh yeah. So there's this little chalet, and the Queen is sitting in front of the chalet in her like 70s, I guess. And just a week later, it was Ghislaine and old mate.
Guys, I mean, I'm looking at the time. That's like the biggest rabbit hole of the earth at the moment.
Yeah,
But
let's not do that.
come on,
and I mean, that's cool to talk about. But on a very serious note, there's this massive problem with. I mean, I'm a big animal lover, and there's a problem with the Queen's dogs, right? The corgis.
Yes.
As to what's happened with them, and as to
where are they?
well, I mean, Prince Andrew got custody of them. if you'd believe it, and part of the reason was he's the best at grooming.
Fuck me.
Those corgis are probably like, we were hoping to get buried alive with the Queen.
This is complicated for me on a number of levels now, because my partner and I, we wanted to have children. We can't have children, which has been explained on this podcast before. Now there is the opting out of that one. Instead of 2 little legs, you get 4 little legs. And in this particular case, it's going to be a corgi. So she wants a corgi.
Amazing, man.
Apparently, the adoption process of a corgi is even more complicated than adopting an African child. So,
Seriously?
Jesus.
Yeah, it's fucked
You
up.
can't just go to a pet store and buy a
So
corgi.
she tried a bunch of breeders here in Switzerland, but apparently there's only like 2 of them, and they're fucking old, and they ran out. Like the waiting list is like 2 years or some shit.
What?
Yeah, fucked up.
These corgis, hold up. These corgis have been dealing with a lot of privilege. Yeah? They've been living the high life.
I got a related story. There's someone I work with who's trying to get a Chihuahua, and they almost
That's a rat.
Now apparently there is the Queen of Chihuahuas in Switzerland,
No.
and she's the chief
Her name is Ethel.
probably,
It's
and
good.
she
Karate Kid as well.
She owns Chihuahuas. She breeds them, and this woman wanted to get one from her, and after she'd seen the Chihuahua, then this one was like, "Now I need you to sign this contract." And in the contract, basically, the contract is the Chihuahua is on lease. You don't get to own your
You never own it.
And
Oh, wow.
it comes with all kinds of stipulations, like this woman is allowed to show up anytime at your place
That's fucked up.
and check on your Chihuahua.
What?
That's-
As long as the
entirely-
Chihuahuas are going to good homes, I mean, they're quite cool. But I don't want Ethel walking into my house all the time looking at my
No,
baby
fuck
dogs.
Ethel.
No.
That
Well,
just
it's the same as pandas, right? Pandas, you can't own a panda. You have to rent them from China.
really.
Yeah, that's a true story.
Yeah, but
But
I mean,
it's a little bit like you can never own
So no,
land
wait,
when you
wait,
buy a
so-
house in Thailand. It always
No,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
so
yeah.
are you saying no zoo owns
Yeah.
their own panda?
Yeah, they rent them apparently.
But there's a
But
big
this is
difference between an endangered species who struggle to breed like the panda and a fucking super
Well,
rat
40
who will
million
fuck
chihuahuas, yeah.
anything.
But also, you got red pandas now at the Zurich Zoo. There's a red panda.
No, but wait,
Just
sorry,
throwing it out.
Harry, for interrupting this. But the reason why I'm saying this whole thing about the corgi, and now the corgi is clearly going to a sex pest, wouldn't it be more, let's say, in the interest of the corgi, that it would be given to a good home, so anyone can apply to take over responsibility for one of the Queen's corgis and dorgies, and what was the other dog that they had?
No, I can't.
Some dog shit. Fucking
No,
Dachshund.
realistically, the dogs are going to stay at. I'm sure they'll stay at their own home, which is Windsor. I think Andrew's been banished, and rightly so.
I think you just
Yeah, again, I'm not scared of any of you offing me. You can all get knotted.
Yeah,
You're just gonna-
there's no
but
more
it-
mom to
if
cover
you
him
get-
for
if you
his-
Yeah,
get-
exactly.
if you get one of those corgis, like you're just gonna wonder why it suddenly starts trying to lick your genitalia. Like that's, that's
Oh
not.
fuck me.
No, seriously, how many pedophiles do you have to be near before? So you've got Andrew.
It doesn't rub off on you, Harry.
No, but wait a second. You've got Charles, who was best buddies with Jimmy Savile, and if
Yes.
you want to
They're
YouTube,
all mates with Honourable Jeffrey.
exactly.
The right honorable.
And
chair.
then
Yeah, the right honourable.
you've got Robert Maxwell, father of Ghislaine, who was
Yeah.
So here's, if you want, okay, we're not going to go into it.
If these
But-
corgis could talk,
A YouTube
Yeah.
rabbit
Oof.
hole. Look up Queen Elizabeth, Prince Philip, Canadian children's
It's called
home.
Kamloops.
Children
It's
missing.
called Kamloops Home.
Fuck, you know this one.
Sure.
Ah,
Yeah.
God,
That's
can
why
I
I said
bro-
British Columbia,
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah.
You-
No, screw all
Can
of
we
it.
go into this?
Yeah.
Come on, let's
I
do
mean,
No,
Do you-
we can't. We
No,
have to.
come-
We have to
Do we have time
actually. We
limits?
actually have to
I'm
wrap
back
it
here
up.
in 4 weeks, boys.
Can we,
Fair enough.
it's called what? Give us the name again.
Kamloops, I think. I think
How
it's
do you-
called Kamloops Home or something. Like
Okay, what do you think? Do you think it's real or not?
Well, like
Let's,
I think it's just so much smoke. You know, like it's just so much smoke and so much nonsense.
I'm with you on that.
You know?
There's enough weird shit around it.
Yeah,
where
and
you
I'm not making any massive statements. I'm just saying what's there, and all of a sudden you read it, and then 3 weeks later, it's all off the internet, and like that's a little bit. It's a little bit
You're
weird.
all
Is that
about the
all
smoke.
vanished?
I'm
All
all
gone.
about the mirrors.
Google it.
This has been the X, Y, and Z podcast. Do we have
Good exit.
Do we have any plugs?
Nah,
Yeah, no, actually, you're right.
you're not allowed to plug nothing.
Fuck you, man.
Fuck you.
I have a plug on the 29th of
Let's
September.
have a quick argument on the
No.
low energy. Okay, whatever.
Fair enough.
We have some.
Did you see what happened when we did the low energy episode?
Can I just throw in one thing? Is that I'm going to throw in this one bit of shade.
Doesn't stop.
I'm going to say when we started selling tickets, somebody said, "Oh yeah, this is going to be easy," and then just tapped out of the whole ticket selling
Okay,
process.
thanks very
right,
much
now
for
can I
listening.
Can I ask you guys an exiting question? An exiting question is and perhaps the answer is nothing, right? Like in terms of the masculinity or manning up or whatever, is like what do you guys do, to increase your testosterone in life? It can be absolutely nothing. It can just an interesting question. I'm an academic as well, and I like to research. What do you do to increase your testosterone and be more of who you are?
I just edge usually.
I got a genuine answer to this. So
Me too.
So number one is I do this podcast in the hope that it actually drains my testosterone. But number two is the one bit of smart philosophy I have, I think, and someone can prove me wrong, is the reminding myself from time to time that the only comfort zone is not to have a comfort zone. Like, and once you and I forget it all the fucking time, and you see like you're getting addicted to Netflix, you're doing some habit, and you're comfortable, and I feel nice now. The moment you get that feeling of feeling nice, it's time to go, what the fuck do I need to stop doing and challenge myself on? Because this is going to be a disaster soon.
I'm still in the learning process of doing exactly that as well, Harry. But for me, it is very similar to this. It's sport. I don't look at it. I know this is me, but I work out a lot. And it's good for me. I feel like I've accomplished something when I work out.
Cool.
Is that a good answer?
Yeah, there's no right or wrong answer. Like it's always interesting to find out like what men are doing, right? We have a lot of like men in our gym. We have a lot of very strong women, and for me, it's not even a case of like man, woman, or whatever. It's about what are you doing in your own mind, in your own life to become a stronger, better human.
Yeah. I like that. We would love to have you back. You said you're back in 4 weeks. Can we arrange this, Dean?
Yeah.
Let's do admin after. Thank you guys very much for listening. Bye.
But
Cheers.